even though yes, we are all undead Ash, we are all different undead Ash, and that's kind of what makes Dark Souls different from any other RPG. You are the chosen one per se, but what it means to be the chosen one for me is different than what it would mean to be the chosen one for you.
So let's go ahead and get started here. Should we go left or forward this way? I don't know what's the preferred method.
You know what? Let's explore. If we go right, there isn't really much, but there is some stuff.
Okay.
It was Bloodborne was the first from soft game I owned, and it was because it was free on PlayStation Network, so I played it, and I fell in love with it. It was fast paced. It was cool. It was gothic, but also, like gothic in that Sherlock Holmesy type of way. We just got ganked. Yep, we're getting ganked.
Oh no, I'm scared now.
And we're not in the best place to get ganked.
Because where's he gonna?
There he is.
No! Here he comes! What do we do? Hey! Look at that teamwork.
Point down.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. There's an arrow lodged in my head.
There's a lot of different games that kind of hold different little corners of my heart when it comes to what's your favorite this kind of game, that kind of game. It's definitely currently one of the games I'm playing the most. But I'm definitely glad I found it, and I do definitely consider it, one of my all-time favorite games for sure. I think what really got me back into the games after getting clapped so many times was the lore. I would watch lore videos, and I got really interested in the story, and I got more interested in the fact that the story's not thrown in your face. It's almost a mystery, and that it's enticing when it's a mystery, because it's kind of like, we're supposed to connect the dots and things like that. And even if we connect the dots, the developer doesn't confirm it, so we never really know if what we're connecting is even the right answer.
Right, exactly. And oh my goodness, he can still reach from here.
We think we could get him in one go. We're already got him at half.
I love that. Oh, is he gonna mutate as well? Oh, what is this? What's happening?
No, he's not gonna. This is phase 2, so he's gonna just keep tackling us.
Oh, this is horrible. Oh my god. Oh my.
But then he's gonna stop.
All right, now we get behind music.
him. Yes. This is the meme music. This is where it comes from.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that. And I've used this song in a video before. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh god, be careful.
Oh no,
hang on, I'm gonna drink. We almost got him. He's close.
When I reference Dark Souls, I do say it's not my favorite game, but it's up there. And I feel like there's a lot of games that do a lot of different things better. I feel like no other game has the story kind of tied down as much as Dark Souls does. And what I feel like Dark Souls does better than any other RPG is that it puts you in this world that you don't really know and doesn't really tell you much about, and it definitely gives you a blank slate to roleplay, which is not something a lot of other games do. Like, MMOs, they give you you have this quest, and you have to do this quest because you're this type of person. Yeah, you can argue that Dark Souls 1 does that by making you the chosen undead, and you can argue that all Dark Souls or all Souls games do give you that quest, but if you were to go into the lore and see how convoluted the actual storyline is, in reality, you don't really know what your purpose in the game is, and you're almost as clueless as the character you're playing, which kind of, for me, makes it the perfect role-playing game, because even though, yes, you do have this quest, the character that you're playing as has about as much knowledge of that quest as you do, and about as much investment in that quest as you do as well.
This armor is cool.
Oh, let me see what armor you have. Okay, so that armor looks really, really cool. And it's one of my favorite armor. Yeah, but it's one of my.
There's gonna be something bad here.
There is a big ass butt attached to this.
Trousers of an Order of Fallen Knights, held beneath leather boots and drab cloth, using a knot of rope and bandage. They are dampened and indelibly stained with the misery of flight.
Basically, it's a coward's armor, and they're dampened with the misery. He pissed himself running away.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Are the gloves also dampened with the misery of flight?
And I feel like that's what Dark Souls does, and not a lot of other games do. And the way that Dark Souls does it is so unintentionally nonchalant, while other games, they give you the very blatant choice of good or evil. Dark Souls does it in almost an arguably lazy way, but you can also kind of use the argument that it's so much more natural the way it does it because it's so just dipped into the mechanics of the game and not so much the storytelling of the game. I feel like in another game, especially games that give you roleplay options that are tied to the story, you're still part of that story. And Dark Souls, because the story's so kind of hidden, even like the most agreed upon parts of the lore are still nothing but theories that the players came up with. They're still headcanon. And technically that means that whatever headcanon you put yourself into in this game is just as canon as whatever, you know, the community generally agrees upon. It's like there's so many little Easter eggs to kind of give you little breadcrumbs of the story that it is kind of like solving your own little mystery. And I think that's what really entices me to the game. And you can put yourself in the game as discovering these little lore bits in the game, you know, and it's that kind of makes you feel bigger than even what the title of the character is in the game.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna get...
I'll let you know when to start running.
Oh god. Are we gonna get shot at?
You see all these pillars right here? These are arrows.
Oh, what? Oh my god.
Alright, start running.
Oh shit!
Keep running, keep running.
Oh no, I don't know where to go!
Oh, go back, fucking go back.
I give up, I give up!
Oh, I swallowed something. Oh fuck, I didn't know they could get us from here.
Hell!
Holy shit! Alright, run it, fuck it.
Okay, I'm gonna heal. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh! Oh wow, that
was a lot
nice.
of motherfuckers. Alright, if we go into this house, they won't get us.
Oh man, I hope.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's like that's what you said about the bridge. It's an acquired taste for sure. I can't use my fire swords around barrels. It's frustrating, you know, because I wasn't really ever too into very difficult games. And I know this term gets thrown around a lot with Dark Souls, but tough but fair is really the best way to describe it. You know, if you die, it's really your fault and you did something, you know, whether it be you dodged a little too late or you used up all your Estus too early, you know, it's something you did was definitely what caused you to die. And once you kind of start picking up patterns in how enemies attack, there are ways to fight it where you don't get just gangbanged by a bunch of enemies. And once you discover it, it's kind of like that aha moment that clicks, and that one area that maybe was giving you such a hard time becomes like the easiest thing in the world. And I think that's what I really like about it, about its difficulty, and not just the difficulty itself. I feel like there's different communities within the community, like the lore enthusiasts who are in it basically just to discover lore and come up with like lore theories about it. I think that's my favorite part of the community. There's obviously the people who just are in it for the game, which is pretty cool too. But I really like the community. I feel like it's not as toxic as a lot of different communities are. And they have their bad apples, of course, but I feel like a lot more people are open to helping people out, giving actual advice on how to beat bosses or how to get better instead of just telling somebody to get good.
Who is best waifu?
Oh,
I know, I'm asking the hard questions, I'm sorry. Yes,
you know what? It's not even going to be that hard. And I feel like I don't have the right to say this because I only ever played Demon Souls once, but it has to be the Maiden in Black.
You know, there are a lot of fans of Maiden in Black though. So you are not alone in that. That's for sure.
Oh, Dark Souls Sif posting also. Definitely a lot of fans of the Maiden in Black, or
yes,
at least you know some of her assets.
Right. And we'll leave it at that.
It's the first time I ever lost a job. Before that, I had always quit, and that was the first time I actually got let go, and it was definitely an experience. And it was actually right after I had moved into the apartment. I just took on this big responsibility, and I don't have any more income. You know, what am I gonna do? And yeah, I remember just a lot of times when I was at home just looking for jobs, and you know, in between just like sending out resumes, because I would use Indeed for literally everything, just trying to find another at first I was trying to find another sales job, and then it was to the point where I was like, okay, I just need a job, it doesn't matter what. And I would go to interviews and you know, just apply for jobs, and most of the time people don't, I don't know if it's something Indeed does, but people don't get back at you. The job market really sucks. And I would play a lot of Dark Souls. That's actually kind of how I started experimenting with builds and just doing different things, because it would just get my mind off of it. And that's actually when I would just sit here, you know, playing something mind-numbing, which would be this game. And I would have like the lore, like the 30-40 minute lore videos just playing in the background. It was definitely a really nice distraction, you know, and I got to learn a lot more about the story. And I feel like if I hadn't been let go and I didn't have all that free time, I would have not discovered as much of the story as I did, just because I wouldn't have the time. It definitely was there for me at I arguably the lowest point, or at least the most uncertain point, you know, in my life. And now that I'm thankfully not in that position anymore, I can still sit down and listen to lore videos, because believe it or not, there's still lore videos popping up, you know, almost on a monthly basis, or at least, you know, bi-monthly. And it you know, it's still a nice little distraction. I do kind of have to thank you, because I don't know if you remember, but way back when you actually pushed me to get into my first sales goal or sales job, back when I was working at a press, and I did get my first sales job, and I did fail at my first sales job, but because of that, I'm somewhere a lot better, a lot more secure, and I'm a better person for it. I remember, I forgot why, but we met up at a ramen shop, and you were actually the one that introduced me to Indeed, and you were like, bro, just go to Indeed, send out a bunch of fucking resumes, and just, you know, you're gonna get so many interviews that by the time like you pick the job you want, you're gonna still be receiving interview offers. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
I also helped you get cut from that job.
Yes, but we don't talk about that. That was actually because I was working at a press, making labels, and they promised me they were going to make me a salesperson if I started off as a pressman. And I had been working there for like 2 or 3 years, and I went up to the boss and I'm like, hey, you know, I've been working here for a while. When can I start training as a salesperson? And they told me no without telling me no. And we know HR lingo. We know what that means. So I was kind of getting discouraged, and I think that's when we met up, and I was like, you know, I feel like I'm stuck here at this nothing job, and I want to get better, you know. And you kind of did put me, you gave me the tools in order for me to be able to look for my first sales job. And then that sales job was kind of like not the best sales job, but it helped me get into a better sales job. If you follow any type of Dark Souls lore, you kind of know that the linking of the fire is supposed to be this thing that everybody does, and if the fire fades, it's supposed to be a really bad thing. But if you kind of go deeper into the lore, you kind of start to discover that maybe that's not the case, and maybe the reason why there's the abyss and all this other stuff is because the fire is meant to fade, and prolonging that for fear of the unknown is what's causing all the fucked up shit to happen in the world. And I feel like that's kind of a good lesson in that, you know, sometimes you have to do what scares you to kind of get to a better situation than you are now. And sometimes doing what you think is right or prolonging something because it feels because you've been comfortable with that, or you feel like it's the right thing to do, is actually hurting you more than it's helping you. I mean, to kind of tie everything back to the beginning, it goes back to the whole, you know, had I stayed at that labels job, had I kept linking that fire, I would have still been making 16 an hour, working at a nothing job with nothing pay, and I wouldn't be where where I am today. And sometimes you do have to take that risk. You do have to do something that scares the shit out of you, so that you can learn from it, get better from it. And it was fucked because at the beginning it felt like it sucked. It felt like I had made the biggest mistake of my life when I lost my job. But it ended up being the greatest thing I've ever done, because then I found a better job that I'm better at, and I'm making way more money because of it. And it just goes, it shows that not only do you have to do what scares you in order to better yourself as a person, but it also proves that just because you failed once, or you're in a really shitty position now, doesn't mean it's going to last forever, and it doesn't mean that there isn't something way better for you on the way.